welcome to GLP-1 Chronicles. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've watched any of my other previous videos, thanks for coming back. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about why I decided to start a YouTube channel. Just as some basic background, I'm 58 years old, I'm postmenopausal, and I've been on a GLP-1 medication since November of 2022, so I'm coming up on 2.5 years, which I really can't believe. And I've lost just over 114 pounds. When I started my GLP-1 journey, for some reason it never crossed my mind to go to YouTube and look for other people who were going through the same experience as me. It's only been in the past few months that I've turned to YouTube for information, for experience, to find out other people's experiences. And YouTube was feeding me a lot of younger folks who were maybe in their 30s or just starting perimenopause. And I didn't really see a lot of videos from people who are my age, who are going through the changes in your body that happen when you go through menopause. And certainly not people who were also on a GLP-1 medication. So the ideas started forming in my head about, maybe I should start a YouTube channel because I have this experience of going through it while going through menopause, and the fact that I've also been on both Ozempic and Mounjaro. Now I have to preface this by saying doing a YouTube channel for me is something that is completely out of my comfort zone. I have always been an introvert, and when I was younger, I was very, very shy. I tended to stay in the background of things, partially because of my weight, because I was embarrassed, and also because of the really overwhelming shyness I had. So for me to do a YouTube channel is really not even something I ever thought I would do. I had this overwhelming sense that I wanted to help other people. That is something I learned from my mom. My mom was one of the most generous, kind, and giving people I've ever known. She would go out of her way to help someone no matter who they were or how well she knew them. After my mom passed away almost 6 years ago, I got so many messages from people saying how lovely my mother was, how helpful, how kind she was, and how she would go out of her way to help someone. I mean, the stories that I heard were just so overwhelming and really filled my heart. One story in particular, a friend of hers pulled me aside and said, I was going through a really difficult patch in my life, and your mom made me a batch of soup, some chicken noodle soup. And she said, besides being delicious, because my mom was a great cook, she said, it just filled me spiritually and emotionally and physically. That behavior was sort of ingrained in me and my mother, and I've always gone out of my way to try to help others, not for a pat on the back or anything. It's just, I feel like it's my nature. And so I thought, I have this experience and I might be able to help other people who are either considering going on a GLP-1 medication or just starting a GLP-1 medication, or someone who's been down the road but just wants to hear an experience of someone else. The experience of starting a YouTube channel has not only allowed me to help other people, it's allowed me to help myself. Like I said, doing these videos is really pushing me out of my comfort zone, and it's allowing me to learn more about myself. Besides learning more about from other people about their experiences with GLP-1s. Myself to do things I never ever thought I would do. I never ever thought I would have a YouTube channel and I would sit in front of a camera and talk to people, because that is so not anything I've ever been comfortable doing. Okay, all of that is a preface to about a week ago, there was a comment on my last video about how the video is that I had lost enough weight where I was at the same weight I was when I got married 20 years ago. And there was a comment from Lorri from the channel GLP-1 Journey in Review, and she invited me to come on her channel and be interviewed to talk about my experiences on GLP-1 medications. So when I saw the comment on that video, my first inclination was, oh my gosh, no way. There's no way I'm gonna do that. Again, because it's out of my comfort zone, and the overwhelming shyness and the overwhelming feeling of staying in the background is, oh, I could never do this, no way. But I didn't respond to her right away. Sorry about that, Lorri. And I thought about it, and I considered it, and you know, if not now, when? You know, that's how I feel about this YouTube channel. If I didn't do it now, when would I do it? You know, so I considered it and I decided to say yes, which kind of surprised myself with that. So earlier this week on Tuesday, Lorri and I did an interview. It was almost an hour long, which I was surprised that the time went by very quickly. Lorri asked me a lot of really great questions, some that I kind of assumed that she would ask me, and then a few that she asked me that I just wasn't prepared for. But I think we had a really good conversation. She was very easy to talk to. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the video down in the description box if you'd like to watch it. I go into more depth about my experience being on GLP-1 medications, both the Ozempic and the Mounjaro, and some of the things that I do day to day to manage my symptoms and to move forward and to achieve the success I've had, losing over 100 pounds. You know, I would love it if you watch it. I would love it if you decide to follow Lorri. Like I said, she's got a great channel. She does, I think she puts videos out pretty much every day, which amazes me. I don't know how people can do that, but she's a great resource if you're not already following her. Again, her channel is GLP-1 Journey in Review, and I'll link that down below as well. So yeah, go check out the video and you learn a little bit more about me. And it was actually a fun experience, which had you had asked me that prior to doing it, I wouldn't have said yes, because I would have thought it would have been just completely terrifying, and it was a little terrifying, and it did push me out of my comfort zone, and I'm trying to do that more as I get older, because I think it's important to grow and to expand your horizons a bit. So yeah, so it was an excellent experience. So thank you, Lorri, for having me on. I appreciate it very, very much. And yeah, go check it out. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to talk about today was I did my weigh-in yesterday. Today's Friday. I did my weigh-in, and I didn't gain and I didn't lose. So I'm exactly the same weight as I was last week, which is fine. So I'm still down just over 114 pounds. Still the same weight that I was when I got married 20 years ago. So I'll take it. The weight loss has been slow. I was a very quick responder early on in the process, and as I've lost more weight, I am definitely seeing a much slower rate of loss. I've mentioned that I'm going to see my endocrinologist next month, and I'm going to talk to him about moving up. Right, I'm currently on a 10 milligram dose, and I'm going to talk to him about going up to the 12.5 milligram dose. I was thinking back over my time on GLP-1 medications, and I was on 2.5 for a month. I was on 5 milligrams for about 4 months. I think I was on 7.5 for about a year, and I've been on 10 for about a year. So I think it's time for me to go ahead and titrate up, see if that'll jumpstart a little bit more weight loss, because I do still have weight I want to lose. It's funny, in the interview with Lorri, she asked me what my goal weight was, and I don't have one because I've been overweight my entire life, and so I don't know what a good weight would be for me. I know it BMI tells me, but I don't really put much stock in BMI. So my immediate goal that I've set is I want to get under 200 pounds. And once I get to that point, I'll try to decide, I'll see how I feel, and I'll try to continue to lose weight. And when I feel like I'm in a good spot, then maybe I'll go to maintenance. But I have no idea what that weight would be. It might be 180 pounds, it might be 170 pounds. BMI tells me I should be between 135 and 155-ish. I don't know if I'll ever get down that far. I can't foresee me doing it, and not to say it won't happen, but I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear once I get under the 200 pounds, because as an adult, I don't know what a good goal weight is for me. So something else I want to talk to my endocrinologist about is supplements. I don't currently take any supplements other than a vitamin D pill, but there's a couple that I'm considering taking, but I want to get his input on it. My doctor and I have a really great relationship. We can talk about anything, and he's very open and honest with me. So the supplements that I'm thinking about starting are creatine to help with muscle loss, and also, or maintain muscle, I should say, and magnesium. As someone who's postmenopausal, my sleep has been greatly affected by being through menopause, and I don't know if that might be something that could help. So those are a couple of things that I'll talk to him about. In the past, I have actually taken collagen, but I found that collagen actually made my nails brittle, and they were splitting and everything like that. So I stopped taking the collagen, and actually my nails have gotten better since I've done that. So I know maybe just collagen isn't for me. If you're currently taking any supplements while on a GLP-1 medication, I'd be interested to learn what you're taking. If so, throw them down in the comments. Maybe there's something that you're taking that I should be taking, or I should consider taking. Obviously, we're not medical professionals. Certainly, I'm not a medical professional, so I would never, I can tell you what I would do or what I do, but you should never take that as what you should do. I'm just more curious about what some folks are taking, and not that I would necessarily just start taking it. Like I said, I like to talk to my doctor before starting anything like that, because every person is different and their bodies may react differently. So he knows me very well, and so I would talk to him before I start any kind of supplement, and that's what everyone should do. So if you found this video interesting or informative, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give me the thumbs up and consider subscribing. I am a new YouTube creator, so I appreciate every subscriber who decides to join me on my journey. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Take care.